Belief. Belief is an acceptance that something exists or is true, especially without proof. Do you believe? Do you believe that Superman, fairies, Santa Claus, the Loch Ness Monster, the Tooth Fairy, do you believe they exist? No? So why do you believe in a globe Earth? What is your evidence? Or is it a belief, a hand-me-down of repeating so-called knowledge without proof? For instance, a teacher teaching a student about fire-breathing flying dragons, who later becomes a teacher teaching about fire-breathing flying dragons. We live on a flat plane of existence, where water finds its level. The horizon line is always flat and rises to eye level, no matter how high you go. Objects only converge into the horizon and disappear once they are past the vanishing point of a person's vision. Whenever an object passes the vanishing point of an observer's vision, the observer can bring the object back into view by zooming in with either binoculars, a high-zoom powered camera, or a telescope. This debunks all claims of objects disappearing over the curvature. Aeroplane flight routes only make sense on a stationary plane realm. Tracking flights will reveal that all flights arc towards the Arctic. No flights ever arc towards the Antarctic. This is because the world is not a globe. The shortest path from point A to point B is a straight line. You cannot track flights in the oceans south of the equator. The reason is that the Global Positioning System, GPS, is actually the ground positioning system. The northern half of the world is more or less identical in shape and distance on both the globe as well as the plane realm models. In the southern half of the world, the two models are completely different, of course. GPS only tracks flights in the north. All intercontinental southern flights always have to travel to the north to get to their destinations. This is because we live on a stationary flat plane of existence, not on a spinning globe in vacuum. Gravity is a theory that explains why objects stick to the globe instead of falling off into the vacuum of space. Gravity exists in strict support of the theory of relativity, which states that large masses in the universe create space-time, which bends the vacuum of space and creates a phenomenon called gravity. In a vacuum, space cosmology, the direction is relative, in that up is anywhere away from the core of the planet, and down is anywhere towards the core of the planet. The universal constant here is that in the vacuum of space, the norm is 0g. None of these theories have ever been proven true, and all attempts to prove these theories have resulted in complete fail. Plane Earth realm cosmologies reject the theory of relativity. This means that there is no need for gravity and space-time to explain its physics. We know that in order for something to have properties, it must exist. A vacuum is a lack of matter. How can something non-existent have properties? How can nothingness bend and curve? It can't. This proves that there is no science behind space-time or gravity, and that the two theories are fabrications of the imagination rooted in magic rather than real physics and science. Plane Earth cosmologies instead claim that reality is absolutist, in nature rather than relative. This means that the universal constant is 1g, objectively and absolutely down, instead of 0g. There is no natural